Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to plant a few things today, so I wanted to film what I'm doing. I have a couple of projects, and also you can see behind me here I'm trying to bring some spring color. In the large container, I'm not going to plant anything for the spring. I think I'm just going to wait and fill the container with summer annuals. But underneath of this big container, I'm just going to plant some pansies and some primroses. And if you remember, I planted some tulips here as well. And so I have some Japanese spindles here for the evergreen element, and so when the tulips come out, it's going to be gorgeous. Hopefully pansies will fill in and the primroses will bring some nice color. So I'm going to mulch after I'm finished and kind of let it be and just be colorful a little bit until probably mid-June. Then what I'm going to do, actually, I am going to remove these primroses and move into my woodland area, because in that area and the new area that I'm working on, I'm kind of trying to create lots of spring primroses, lots of spring bulbs, etc. It's kind of make it a really nice woodlandy type of garden. So all of these primroses are actually going to be really beautiful in that new area. So the second thing I'm going to do is I just created a new spot right here, and I'm going to plant little lime hydrangea. And I'm really excited because little lime hydrangea is, you can see, probably you recognize the container. It's a proven winners. I'm really excited to have one of their plants here in France. When I walked into the nursery, I honestly just couldn't believe my eyes that we have proven winners here in France. So excited to see them actually coming here. And so and many of you are not familiar with little lime, they are basically small version of the limelight hydrangea. Limelight hydrangeas go up to about 8 feet tall. You need really large space for it, but for the little lime, this will probably go up about 4 to 5 feet tall, and so it will be really nice in this area. And the reason why I want it here is because this area kind of felt like a little empty to me. It needed something, and I really wasn't sure what I really wanted to do here. But when I saw this hydrangea, I was like, this would be really nice to kind of bring an interest on this side. Also, I thought for the symmetrical reasons, because of I have another paniculata hydrangea growing in this pot, so I thought it would bring another interest for the eye to kind of go to the right side of it, and this hydrangea will just really kind of fill in as a whole to make a nice symmetrical element here as well on that side. So anyway, as all of you know, I have hydrangeas all going behind the box, was growing on the side of this pathway here, and having hydrangea on the other side, it's going to bring really nice balance. So anyway, this is like thought process of the entire version, the idea behind the idea of what I'm going to do. So, and here I have my hose out because we have to water afterwards. I didn't just put it away. So here I'm planting a couple of other things. I'm planting clematis again, and I wanted to show you, I'm really excited to plant more clematis in my garden because I absolutely love them. As many of you guys know, I used to grow them in Colorado, and this is a whole new garden, a new area, which I'm still learning with how to grow everything here. But I'm learning with the clematis as well. But I think they will be just fine if we are a little patient with them. They sometimes takes good few years for them to really mature. And so let me show you first what I'm going to plant. So I have this one. It's a double blue, and this clematis belongs to group 2 clematis. And let's see, This one called, if I'm reading it correctly or pronouncing correctly, it's Kiri Tekanawa. It's maybe Japanese, I'm not sure, variety. But it has a double flowers and they're quite large. I think they will be about 15 centimeters in diameter, which will be really, really pretty. And you can see it's super healthy plant. I'm really excited. Look, they're already growing and they're so ready to go into the ground. So this hydrangea, I love it so much. It's big. So what I want to do is to plant this hydrangea against this tree right here. So I'm in my previous video I explained I'm finding lots of these things in this kind of wire fence pieces in our garden from the previous owners. So I'm trying to reuse them because I think they will stay really nice and tight on a tree. What I'm going to do, and I think to wrap this around from the other side and to create a support for the clematis. And so I think it'd be really nice if this clematis just starts trailing up, and I can always extend more as I go, as clematis needs it. So I think it'd be really pretty because it will kind of have that whimsical look to it where it will bring life to this tree. And so and it's so pretty because you can see from all corners of the garden. And so if it starts flowering, I mean, even when it starts really climbing this wire fence, honestly, you probably won't even know what's behind, what's underneath it as a support, because they will just completely disappear. And but this will be really nice, natural look to kind of go up and on this tree. And we are not quite ready to cut them yet, so this will be kind of a nice support. Anyway, the second clematis that I'm trying to plant today is called Henry, and I don't have a picture to show you of Henry, but I will pop on a picture. And if you guys saw some of the slideshow of my small Colorado garden, you probably saw beautiful white clematis that was growing there, and so that's Henry, and we will also pop a picture on the screen. Henry again belongs to the group of 2 clematis. They're large flower. They have a very large flowers. This is one of my absolutely favorite clematis, and I honestly didn't know if I can find this in France, but I was able to find them in France, so I'm very excited to grow this here. So this one, however, what I want to do is to grow right here. So as you can see, I have already support put together for this one, which I'm going to, I think, plant maybe right here. Last summer I planted some small delphiniums here. They didn't do well, and they may just come back and do well. I really don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and plant this clematis and see if the delphiniums come. I can always adjust them accordingly, but in the meantime, I'm really excited for this Henry to just grow and cover this obelisk here. Now, while we are talking about clematis, I want to show you my clematis from my first video that we did, which I transplanted 2 times, and it's doing really, really good this year. George, if you want to come this way, and I'll show you guys. Look at this clematis, and this one is can't remember the name. I will pop the picture. I can't remember, but I will look up. This clematis that we planted first is doing really, really good. You can see lots of new buds are coming out. It's very healthy. So and I think, let me see. No, it's doing just fine. And so I'm really excited to see how this will grow and cover this obelisk here, and I will have another one on the other side, which will bring also another vertical interest, to the other side. So I have some plan for this area, but again, we'll take it slowly and one step at a time. My mind always soars, but and we'll just take one step at a time. Okay, so I will go ahead and start planting. I'm going to go ahead and plant the Henry, my blue double clematis, hydrangeas, and then we'll just go on the other side and fill all the annuals around the underneath the pot. We'll get started here. Need to get my shovel. Okay, so I went ahead and planted everything. Everything looks good. I went ahead and planted clematis quite deep. Just wanted to remind you that because they really like to have their roots cooler. They don't like too much sun on their roots, but they do like being in the sunshine. They just don't like getting their roots really hot. And so, I think I'm going to also mulch it well. But for the one that it's going to climb on a tree, I went ahead and planted a little towards the shadier side, and that way I'm hoping for it to rub into the sun. However, the root will actually be planted in the shade. So that was my strategy for that particular clematis there. And so hydrangeas planted, everything looks good. So now I'm going to just apply a little bit of eggshells, and you can see these are my eggshells. I usually bake them in the oven and just put it into the food processor, and it just crushes really well. But this will prevent slugs from getting eating the flowers. And so I'm going to sprinkle some around just to make sure they have extra protection. And this is just an organic way of preventing the or stopping the slugs to get to your plants. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, and eggshells are really good for the soil, so there is no need to waste them. I always use them, I always collect them. So anyway, I suggest you doing that as well if you want. Anyway, I think this is all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful week, and please don't forget to subscribe to my videos if you like them, and have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.